But sometimes the tropics look like this. As you may recall from episode 1, we had just landed on the island of Tahiti. After going through customs, we checked our bags and went through security one final time. All right, we're hot, we're sweaty, but we are checked in for flight 3 of 3. It's even on the board over there in this tiny little waiting room at the Tahiti Airport. We are going to Huahine. We'll be on our way pretty soon, and we will be happy to do so.
So close to being there, yet so far away.
As we walked out to our little puddle jumper, you could see the Air France 777 that we had arrived on just pulling away. Number 3, avion numero 3. What are the rules for the trip?
Rule number 1, don't get sunburned.
Okay.
And rule number 2, don't get eaten by a shark.
If you break rule number 2, rule number 1 didn't really matter. Huahine is one of the least developed of French Polynesia's Society Islands. As we arrived on this 16-kilometer-long island with a population of about 6,000, we were looking forward to a quiet, romantic stay. The airport was very small. From there, a short taxi ride brought us to the port of Fare to board the boat that would take us to our resort. We are now on our final form of transit, the boat, and we're going way over that way very soon. So what do you think?
Incredibly beautiful.
It was now time to jump in and discover the world below these warm tropical waters. And of course, I was anxious to get the drone up and see what things looked like from the sky. It was pretty windy though, and I was a bit nervous flying it over the water, so I kept the first flight pretty short. So it's afternoon on our first day of our arrival, and we've got our baguette and our wine and our cheese, and we've just set up the chessboard. I have a portable chessboard that we brought. We're about to have a game, and the breeze is beautiful. It's warm and nice.
We just woke up from a nap.
We just woke up from a nap. Our resort was absolutely beautiful, but only accessible by boat. So the next morning, we hopped the boat taxi back to the town of Fare to explore, load up on supplies, and get a local SIM card. So here we are at the Royal Yacht Club restaurant. And this is our view. And this is our lunch that just came. Mel's is fish and chips, and I got the octopus salad. I'm looking forward to trying it. So today I learned the best part of the octopus, I would say, is like the mid-tentacle. That is all. After our excursion into town, it was hot. We returned to our bungalow to get in the water, cool down, and continue to get to know our aquatic neighbors. That evening, on our way to dinner, we met some land-based friends. We also saw some crabs. A beautiful sunset ended our second day in paradise. So it's the morning of day 2, and here we got our nice breakfast. And when we got up today, Mel said, "Oh, let's go swimming." But then she looked outside and said, "Oh, I don't know, the weather looks kind of bad." So this is what the weather looks like. So we've only been here 2 days, and a couple of clouds now equals bad weather. Right?
I think it's day 3.
Is it day 3?
Well, we arrived on Sunday, and today is Tuesday.
Day 3. Despite the obviously bad weather, we decided to chance taking one of the resort's boats out to explore the coast. All right, our very effective paddler here is turning us around, and we're just on our way on our own little snorkeling adventure. So we're on the Motu/island. We've just docked our boat, and now we've got a whole new area to explore. So now we're gonna go see what the snorkeling is like. On our way back, we traveled far out from land and managed to see a pretty big shark swimming along. But I wasn't quite quick enough with the camera. Mel was scared and I was excited. That's our reaction. I'm like, "Shark, go towards it." I was like, "Oh my God, go away from it." All right, we're out on the outer ridge of sand and rocks that protect the island from those big, massive waves that you can maybe hear crashing out there. Because otherwise, if they didn't have this big ring, you'd have those massive waves crashing up on the island, and it wouldn't be nearly the tropical paradise that it is. We saw some nice coral formations in the sand, so I decided to hop into the water and check them out. I was using my fins to help propel us back home, but then we reached a point where the sand dropped off into very deep water, which looked a bit ominous. I decided to hop back into the boat. After returning, I was feeling a bit more confident about piloting the drone above the water, so I brought it up to get a good look at where we had traveled to. The light-colored areas form the sandy, shallow ring that protects the shore from big waves and makes the lagoon surrounding the island so nice and calm. After we played with the drone, the afternoon sun was getting hot again, so it was time for some more snorkeling. And naturally, everywhere Mel goes, she manages to find a feline friend. This little guy followed us right into our bungalow. He wasn't as well-mannered as Benny though, and just kept meowing and pawing at the fridge. So eventually, we had to send him on his way. But sometimes, the tropics look like this. Not very often, but sometimes. It's very, very wet. Thankfully, the rain cleared up by the afternoon, so it was time to get back in the water and enjoy some final snorkeling. Our time in Huahine had come to a close, so we packed up our things for an early morning boat ride back to Fare, very excited for the next segment of our adventure. Well, we're just leaving our first home in Huahine and on our way to Raiatea for our boat cruise. So we're gonna hop just a tiny little 15-minute flight to the next island that we can see right over there. Any comments? Okay, off we go then. Stay tuned for episode 3. And don't forget to subscribe to Hanley Docs on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.